Hello everyone, this is Monster Tamer Bloba coming at you with another Kindred video. This time we'll be talking about how the alpha will be changed once water and air types are added. We'll go into specific kinfolk that might be added, but talk in more broad terms about how the types would fit into and change the current meta. Once again, this will all be another scripted video, and I've not been able to get much playing done lately, but I hope you can still enjoy it regardless. So, let's look at how each of the kinfolk in the alpha may or may not be affected by the new types. To start off with, we have Ember. As it stands, Ember has no real hard counter. He has a few kinfolk that do better versus him than others, but you never really see one kinfolk that beats Ember consistently. With a water kinfolk added, I think it could give a good counter to Ember and shake up the meta a bit, because most teams are running Ember at the moment. As for air type, I think with Ember's map control and high damage, air type will have a really hard time dealing with him. I'd go as far as to say that Ember will likely be in favor versus most air type matchups. Overall, I don't think Ember's place in the meta will change too much with the addition of air types, but water types will give a new interesting counter. So overall, I think he'll be roughly the same as he is now. Next up, we have Kadoki. Kadoki is another kinfolk that is often seen in most meta teams and is very strong at the moment. His only real counter being Ember and maybe Lumula or Skulkin. With water types being added, I think we'll see Kadoki's place in the meta grow even stronger, as he will likely counter the melee heavy theme of water types. And assuming air types play at least somewhat similar to Slifer but faster with more damage, I think Kadoki will be able to hold his own in most cases. Overall, I think that adding air and water types will just strengthen Kadoki's place in the meta. As for Lumula, I feel that if water types are indeed as good at getting close as they sound, Lumula could be in a bad spot when they find their way into the alpha. As it stands, Slifer can be a threat to Lumula if played well enough, so we can only imagine what a water type could do, presumably being even better at getting close than Slifer. And for the air types, much like water, I think they will make quick work of Lumula if they get close, as Lumula doesn't really have any way to beat them back, or any close range defense to speak of. Overall, I think Lumula will see less use when air types and water types get added. As for Mechaid, I think Mechaid will do rather well versus most water types, as I don't think they'd be able to win trades with him, and as he's able to stun them with something like Iron Fist or get buffed up before they can get to him, they would stand very little chance. And for the air types, it's already been stated that Mecha will counter air, and I think I can see this pretty easily with Mechaid. The air types will likely be going in for quick kills and then getting out again before their opponent knew what hit them. I think it would be unlikely that they could kill Mechaid quickly, and it would be more likely to get themselves killed before they could get away if they engage in close combat with Mechaid. Overall, I think Mechaid will see more use in the meta and have his place boosted with the addition of water and air types. As for Shovelet, I think Shovelet will be able to hold his own just fine versus water types, as he doesn't have much issue with other melee fighters at this point. But for air types, I could see the burst damage would be something that could scare Shovelet players, as even if he tried to run and buff, the air types would be right on him again with their speed and agility. Overall, I think he'd either stay in roughly the same place right now he is in the overall meta, or possibly see a little bit of a dip in use. Up to Skulkin, we have water types versus Skulkin. I think will be in the favor of water types most of the time. He already has a kind of hard time dealing with something like Slifer, if the Slifer is very aggressive, and the water types, with their ability to dodge and bob and weave to get in close, Skulkin will probably have a hard time hitting them. Although after they get on top of him, he may have time teleport or even trade by throwing poison down at his feet, similar to what he can do with Slifer now. But with air types, I think that'll give him just as much, if not more, of a hard time than water types do, due to the burst damage. And given their speed, Skulkin may not have time to teleport away fast enough. Overall, I think Skulkin's place in the meta will likely be hurt when the new types are added in. And going on, last but not least, to Slifer. For Slifer, I think that his matchup versus water types will be more or less even. Maybe a slight advantage to Slifer because that he'll probably be able to trade fairly evenly, but maybe outmaneuver them. I feel like he might be possibly faster than water types, but we'll have to see. And for air types, right now, of all the kinfolk, I think Slifer is the closest to an air type. And with this being said, I think the air types will do what Slifer does, but better. If that is the case, there's no way that Slifer is going to beat them at their own game. Overall, I think Slifer's place in the meta will drop, even if it's only a little. But I think that about covers it. Let me know which kinfolk you are looking most forward to seeing getting added, and whether you're more excited about water or air types, and how you think the meta will look after these new types shake it up a bit. This has been Monster Tamer Bloba, signing off. Goodbye, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. And God bless.